Everybody kind of has like a weird type of vibe at me. I don't know what it is. They're all like, come on, let's take a picture. They're all taking a picture together and they're excluding me out of the pictures. Mind you, this was a professional football player, so you know how girls be acting. Breaks, cracks, my foot shatters in pieces. It's blood everywhere. They trying to like either set you up on some set you up type of stuff, and they're trying to do like a threesome with you. No, because I need somebody to study this and tell me why you can go to Miami as friends and come back not friends, because this is something that I really want to talk about. I was about to go somewhere, but now I'm about to talk to y'all. Let me tell y'all. So I ended up going to Miami with some girls. I had already knew them. Well, okay, let's run it back. I knew one of the girls, okay, and we have been knowing each other for a little minute. We were like social media friends. You know, that friend that you never really see ever. You never ever see that person, and then y'all decide to meet up. So basically what happened was, it was around my birthday. I don't know how old I was turning. I think I was 22, maybe 22, had to be, so it was a little minute ago. I remember her saying like, oh, we're gonna go to Miami, make it your birthday trip, like let's just go. I'm gonna invite some of my girls, you can invite your friends if you want to. I was like, no, I'm just going by myself, since it was so last minute. It was like the week before, you know, all this was going down. Mind you, we were all in the same sorority, so I'm thinking it's gonna be great, it's gonna be fun, handy dandy, it's gonna be great. I drive all the way down to them, which was a total of like 4 hours. I'm the one that had the SUV. I asked my mom if I can get the SUV. I ended up driving the SUV to their location. When I arrived, it was really late at night, like really late. So when I made it there, the girl that invited me was so happy, like, oh my God, I get to see you in person. This is crazy, you know? But it was still kind of awkward. You know, when you first meet your social media friend in real life, like, it's kind of weird, even though y'all talk. Y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? I ain't even got to go there with you. So I go inside. Nobody else is really being friendly, so she was like, y'all can speak, like say hey. And I was like, hey, you know, you black people, you walk in, you say hey, how y'all, you know, whatever. So I sit down, and it's really awkward. Like the tension is really, really awkward in the room. But I'm like, maybe it's because they don't know me, I don't know them, but we're about to go on a vacation, so maybe it won't be so awkward. So we didn't even go to sleep. We all stayed up. They were packing their bags. We were like, okay, we're leaving in like a few. So we ended up catching our flight that morning. It was like 5 a.m. or something like that. So we get to the airport. Things were okay. Like we really weren't all talking that much, but we weren't like not talking. So we all did like a little boomerang. We were like, okay, we're about to have some fun. So we flew out from New Orleans and ended up going to Miami, because where I was going was quicker for them to go, for me to drive that extra, I think, hour and like change to the airport in New Orleans, and then we kind of went from there. And that's basically what we did. As we're on the flight, of course, none of us sat beside each other. I sat beside a girl at that time. She lived in Atlanta. I was not living in Atlanta at that time. So she bought me drinks. She was like, you seem cool, you seem like a good vibe, like we're all going to Miami, like let's have some fun. She bought me like 3-4 rounds. I was like, I can get around. She was like, girl, just chill, like enjoy your vacation, I got you. Cool, girl. Shout out to you, girl, if you see this. We're drinking. By this time, you know, it's a quick little flight, you know. So by the time we get off the plane, we make it to Fort Lauderdale. We didn't go straight to Miami. We get off. As we get off, they're like, oh, you're lit. I'm like, well, I'm feeling good. Like, I feel a little tipsy. Like, the girl beside me was super cool. The girl gave me a hug and was like, let's exchange numbers. If I meet up with y'all, like, I will. But she was going out there to see her man. Everybody kind of has, like, a weird type of vibe at me. I don't know what it is. I'm being nice to everybody. Okay, so we get to the car rental service place. So we did the car rental thing. We sent the money to one of the girls. We get there in front of the lady. She's like, yes, y'all owe like $780 something. What's how we owe money? We already sent money to her. There should be no money. Oh, so me and the girl that invited me looked at each other and was like, how we still owe money? Like, we've already paid you. Like, what's going on? She was like, no, like, I know y'all paid me, but like, I don't think it was covered or enough. Like, well, you should have told us that we needed more money instead of not telling us. Now we're standing here now, how you still owe $7. So one of the other girls was like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this. I'll put it on my card. You just got to pay me back as soon as we get back to the room. We get to the room, I need my money like ASAP. So the girl was like, okay, I got you, whatever. So we didn't go.
So she said she drove down to New Orleans from wherever or an area that they flew out of New Orleans to Miami. She only knew one girl there, and the rest of these girls she getting lit and all this stuff like that. So this is already starting off bad. You hear this so many times about women taking these Miami trips, and only one person for the most part having money. The rest of them is just like, I could just pay the plane ticket. I'm just gonna live off everybody else, and they can chip in. They're gonna take care of the sisterhood, gonna take care of me, even though, once again, depending on somebody else to pay for your food and everything else, your excursions and whatnot. So this is already sounding like that dinner that Buddy went to, where he showed up with his friend that didn't know these other people, and they was expecting him to pay. And it's crazy like that, man. This stuff really happens. But let's get back to the clip, though. Let's go.
Go on, we get in the car, we're quiet, and we're sleepy because we've been up since 5 in the morning. So we're kind of tired, especially the ones that's not driving. So I go to sleep in the back seat. They all go to sleep. We all sleep. We make it to our destination. And we're thinking, let's let the party begin, you know? So we all go to a liquor store. We all grab some liquor. I'm not the biggest drinker, but I grabbed me a little bottle, so I won't be asking for nobody else's bottle. But child, my friends know me. They know I don't really be drinking like that. I guess I just had it for giggles, okay? Because I was not drinking. So we go back to the airport a little bit later and pick up one of the other girls because she was headed to go to a wedding, I think it was. So she was like, she'll be there flying a little bit later, which she did. So she came. We was like, okay, the vibes are about to be good, about to be immaculate tonight. Let's have some fun. After we picked up the girl from the airport and left the liquor store again, because we ended up going back so that the other girl could get her some liquor, we were like, okay, we're going to go out tonight. Let's have some fun. So we all get back to the hotel. I go in there, take a shower, then everybody else follows suit. We all put on our little outfits. I had on a little two-piece crisscross thing in the front and a little skirt that had a little open thing on the side. I would never wear that again. That's something that I wear to your child. You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
so I wore that. We all took like a little video together where they were like, let's take a little video. So we did like a little boomerang video of our bottles, and that was really about it. So after we kind of did that, like I said, the vibes were still kind of weird. Like nobody was really talking to me. I wasn't really pressing to talk to nobody, but at the same time, I wasn't acting standoffish either. It was just like, y'all all know each other minus me. Like, I don't really know y'all minus the girl that I met on social media a couple years ago. So I thought she was really going to be talking to me, and she was not. Going to Victory, Miami, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, let me tell y'all. Okay, so then we're sitting outside. The lady was like, okay, I can sit y'all here. So we're just sitting outside. They're all like, come on, let's take a picture. They're all taking a picture together, and they're excluding me out of the pictures, okay? So I didn't think nothing of it at first until they all kept having conversations, and when I would join in, nobody would respond or nobody would say anything when I was saying whatever to whatever we were talking about the topic. So I actually have one video. I still may have it. I think it's on my MacBook, I think, of when I was sitting there and I was so irritated and ready to go because they weren't talking to me. Like, I even knew somebody that followed one of the girls that I came with, and I didn't know. So he was like, aren't you on that trip? He was like, I'm sure you're on this trip. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, they've been posting pictures and doing stuff like, you know, without you. Like, I didn't even know you was with them. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. They just been acting funny the whole trip, and I really don't know why. Like, nobody's really talking to me, and I just don't know why. So, fast forward, as we're getting ready to go, the lady was like, your ticket is paid for. I was like, oh, mine? How? Like, I didn't even pay it. She was like, one of the men over there paid for yours, so just want to let you know yours is paid for. So at that moment, y'all, that's when it changed. That's when they really started to amp up on the funny acting that they were currently doing. And mind you, I'm not thinking of it. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, where are they sitting at? Like, I want to tell them thank you, or tell the guy thank you, whoever paid for me. Like, I really want to say thank you. So I go over there, I'm like, thank you. They're like, oh, you're welcome, beautiful, whatever, whatever. We get ready to go. We decide we're going to go out. So we all go out. I don't know where we were at. It's not South Beach. I don't know where we was at, okay? We was down there. We was having a good time. It seemed pretty promising. Besides, they were in the car, like, vlogging, doing, like, little videos and stuff. I ended up finding this out at the end. That they had a whole YouTube vlog going on and excluded me purposefully on all the videos. They would not put me in not one of the videos, not one.
There was I don't even know if I did a video on this where the lady or the young lady was saying something like this. It was a while back. If I could find it, I'll find it. But she was saying the same thing. I think it was in LA though. And she said she flew out there. This is a girl that she knew or met on social media. Then she was with her friends, but she wouldn't talk to her. She was purposely excluding her out of the things, had her recording a lot of the stuff with her and the friend who was another influencer. And it's crazy, man. It must be hard being a woman. Women are catty. When it comes to stuff like that, why you even stick around? I don't know. Ladies, as a man, I would just go on about my business. I would enjoy myself. I'm pretty sure whether you know somebody there or not, you can still find a way. It's better to be by yourself and have fun than have to deal with somebody fronting on you and acting catty and funny, man. But this is already crazy.
One of their videos. So we're just going to go back to the room and just like chill or do something because it's kind of getting late after we had already partied. But we're like, you know what? what's gonna hurt? Like, let's go out again. Like, let's do something else. We ended up going somewhere else because this dude was up there and he had me on Snapchat and was like, hey Lex, like I see you up here, like you want to come out here, want to hang out, like I get y'all section. I was like, bet. So I told them, I was like, hey, this guy, which I've never met him a day in my life besides the time that I'm finna go meet him right now with the girls, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey y'all, like this guy said, like let's come out, he'll get us a section, we can hang with him. If y'all are up, they're like, sure, let's go. All kind of like coordinating. Mind you, let me go back, stop right here. At the beginning, before the trip, we had a group message, and nobody really was talking to me in the group message. They was talking around me. I should have known then. What I know now, I didn't know then. You know, I was a little clueless and oblivious to people that really can be jealous-hearted and jealous towards you. They excluded me out of all the conversations. Like, I would say something, nobody would respond. Somebody else say something, they all join in. And I peeped. So I peeped that they were not really talking to me, but I didn't say anything. The girl that invited me, she started like replying to me or saying something. The main objective of the trip was to have a good time, to have fun, to make this an annual thing, and to step. The main thing was we stepping. I don't need nobody not stepping. You need to put on your lemon pepper steppers and let's step. We gonna step. Child, why did I step? Why was I standing on business? I was standing on business. So that night I decided to wear, it was like a little one-piece jumpsuit set kind of style with some heels on. They had on like white, but like mixing with like denim. Someone had on white dresses with like bucket hats and sandals. You know, that kind of vibe. The plan, so as I'm standing on business, like I said, let's go back to the night we end up going to the club. We end up going to the club. We get there, the guy comes out. He's like, oh, like Lex is with me. And I was like, oh, I got like 4 of the girls. They're like, okay, cool, that's a bet. We all get in, we all have a good time, okay? Mind you, this was a professional football player, so you know how girls be acting. Yeah, okay. So we're in the inside, and I'm sitting by him. We're just talking a little bit. Mind you, I've never met up with this guy ever. So like I said, while we were in the car, they were like, let's look him up. Like, let's look him up. Let's look up his stats. Like, let's see what he's going on. I'm like, look, y'all, I don't really know this dude. I honestly forgot I had him on Snapchat. We don't talk like that. We were just in Miami, and he says, y'all want to come out with me? That simple. It was nothing to it. He's not my man, okay? He got bottles coming out. Bottles are coming. A couple of the girls get really drunk, like extremely drunk. 2 of the girls had to go to the bathroom because they were severely like just up checking on a wood chuck. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna make sure they're okay. Like I told the guys, like, I'm finna go to the bathroom, make sure these girls are okay. Like I don't want them to be by themselves. Like they're both drunk. Like I'm just not gonna have 2 drunk girls going by themselves somewhere. They don't even know where they're at or going. So I go back there. They're getting like super sick. So I stay up there. The other girls are in the front sitting with the guy. So I get back. I see on their Instagram, like they're posting him, like tagging him, you know. We left the club because everybody had a good time. So that next morning, the guy ends up calling me from the night before. And he's like, hey, I got something to tell you. Like, where you at? I'm like, hey, I'm in the room. You already know. He's like, can you step out real quick? I need to tell you something. I was like, all right, that's a bet. So I step outside and I'm walking around and he's talking to me. He's like, hey, look, I don't think them your friends. And I'm like, why you say that? And he's like, because I overheard some stuff and, you know, I ain't trying to be messy or nothing like that. I just feel like you should know because you all the way in Miami and I think you need to know what's going on. He was like, I don't want to get into what they said. And he was like, also, I think they trying to like either set you up on some set you up type of stuff. And they're trying to do like a threesome with you. Like, you into girls? I was like, no. Like, where's that even coming from? He's like, that's...
Yo, man, y'all don't be believing me when I be saying this. These girls' trips, it's not just always about dudes. They out to get loose. They out to do things that they don't normally do. Obviously, according to her, she's saying they are jealous of her or whatever. But they trying to get busy. They trying to get her drunk and do things like that. This happens, guys. You always be worrying about another dude clapping your woman's cheeks, but it's women that's just... it just goes on, especially in Miami girls trip. There was a lady that did a video talking about, I don't need to be going on no girls trip. It was something that it went viral. But the fact that this young lady, and I get it, she's 22, 23, but a lot of you ladies have to learn these lessons that when people, I just can't rock with people who ain't rocking with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Even at an early age, when I was in my 20s, like, if I know you got some type of disdain for me, I don't want to be around you. And it sounds like she's making all the moves and they just following, getting footage, tagging him. Hey, ladies, do y'all need friends that bad? That's crazy. Anyway, that's why I say women, ladies, y'all are some of the biggest haters. It's not men, it's the ladies. But let's get back to it.
That's what me and my buddy overheard. So we're just telling you. So at this point, I go back to the room and I'm kind of acting real like standoffish. And they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, nothing. So I ended up changing because we were going to go to the beach. Well, I ended up putting on this dress because we ended up going to the Versace mansion before we were going to go to the beach, right? So like they said earlier in the text messages that we have this whole itinerary done. Like we were going to do this, we were going to do that. I also told them it's 5 girls. There's no way that we're all going to do all these things. I'm just being realistic. And I'm thinking about time wise. Like there's no way we're going to get to do all of these events, you know? And I think that's what kind of pissed them off is that I was like, because I'm such a time stickler for time that I know we're not going to get to do all these things. We're only in Miami for 3 days. Like there's just no way. We were going to go to the Versace mansion. I had on a little dress. They saw my dress because I could see them in the mirror while I was getting ready. Mind you, these girls could do makeup really good. They were all beautiful girls, and they were like MUAs. Like, I'm not playing. And I even told them, like, y'all makeup is so flawless. Baby, I don't know how to do makeup. I could just do what I could do. I could do a little this, little that. That's all I can do. So I'm putting on my dress. It's like a Versace style dress with the print on it. It's very fitting, giving mermaid, very classy. They come out and they're like, if you're wearing that, we're not going. I was like, what? Mind you, I'm the oldest one out of everybody in this group, but mind y'all, they all friends. Anyway, so they really said, like, if you're really wearing that, we're not going. Y'all, we really did not go to the Versace mansion because of my dress. I am not lying. If I'm lying, I'm crying. I'm not crying. I am dead serious. Looking at y'all, we on FaceTime. I'm letting y'all know what happened. We did not go to the mansion because of my outfit. So I'm like, well, they were like, you didn't tell us that's what you were wearing. I'm like, well, we didn't even share pictures of each other, like clothing and like clothes wise. Like, so how was I supposed to know what you got on? How you supposed to know what I got on? We just said, bring your best fits. Put your best fits on. That's what I did. Now we not going. So they're like, yeah, we not going. So they changed out their outfits. They're like, yeah, that's just whatever. That's blowing them or whatever. I'm like, okay. So now the vibe's starting to get extra weird, okay? We end up changing. We end up going to the beach. I had on this black little, black, why I keep saying black? I had on this brown swimsuit, top and bottom. They had on brown because they wanted to color coordinate with our color scheme. So we all wore brown swimsuits. I get to my car. He's like, is this your destination? I'm like, yes, I'm in the car. Vibes are off. I'm pissed. I done had to walk 2 miles. 2 miles because y'all left me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there. I'm big man. Like, you can feel it in the car. You can feel the tension in the car. I'm just mad. I am pissed. So it's not too late, but it's kind of late. So as we get ready to go back, we ended up stopping at another place. We met these guys. They were, like I said, we were all AKAs. These guys that we met ended up being some noobs. They thought I was cute. They was like, oh, you cute. Mind y'all, all the other girls there were pretty too. Like, and I'm not just saying it because I'm going to be honest. So they're all beautiful too, but maybe they just had an ugly spirit and the guys saw the ugly spirit on them. I don't know. So as we're standing there, they're like, well, we'll get you shots or whatever. I'm like, look, I can't take it no more. Can you get everybody shots? Like, don't just give me shots. Can you get everybody shots? If not, then I can buy shots for everybody. I really don't care. And they're like, yeah, we'll get shots just because that's what you want. The guys end up getting all the girls shots. Things seemed to be okay at that point. I was talking to the guys. They were all talking to this other guy over there. I was talking to like 2 other guys. So it was 5 guys and 5 girls. So it was just a group of us. So we ended up taking pictures together and just having a good time. Like that one guy that everybody was over there talking to, I never had a conversation with him because they all wanted him. We ended up leaving. I guess they got the address of the guys or whatever. They were like, hey, after all this, we're gonna go home and change, and then we're gonna meet y'all back at the y'all spot, y'all Airbnb. I thought that was kind of crazy. I was like, look, I know we all D9 love now, but I don't know these men. Like, we're not gonna just be pulling up on these guys now. I don't want to be a party pooper. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. We go, we get out of the car, we have a good time. This is when the vibes start to be off. When I say off, I can feel it in the air. I'm texting my sister. Y'all, literally, my hands are sweating for me talking about this. So I'm texting my sister, and I'm like, the vibes are off. I feel like they feeling a little froggy. Like, I feel like they trying to do something to me. Like, it feels weird. It feels really weird. So the guy that they were all talking to at that point, me and him started talking to each other because we were sitting beside each other. He's talking to me. We're just talking. We're having a good time. We ended up having a lot in common. On the ride there, they were like, you know, that's the one they all plotting on for real. Anyways, he ended up really liking me. So shout out to him because we're still friends to this day. Anyway, so they're feeling froggy. So they sitting on, okay, it's like a U-shaped couch, right? I'm sitting on this edge on the far right side. They're all sitting on that side together, but they're all staring at me, like just glaring at me. Just glaring at me with the most evil eyes you could think of. So I'm like, what's tea? I'm like, all right, let me get myself together. Just in case they trying to fight me, it's going to be some slow singing and some flower bringing. Because I'm not going down without a fight up in here. Like, this just not happened to me. Fast forward, y'all. This is going to be the night before we almost left. I'm skipping some parts. This is the night before we almost left. So we ended up going on a boat ride. they didn't have, we already paid for the boat ride. We get there, the money was short for the boat ride, right? So they're like, you know, you guys need about X amount of more. I was like, okay, cool, I'll pay for it. They're like, we'll pay you back. I'm like, we're on the boat ride. Now they're all trying to take pictures with me. Mind you, as I posted pictures of myself, they were like, you the baddest, comment on it. But they was not saying none of this to me, like to my face. But as I'm uploading pictures, they're coming like, you the baddest, like you the one for real, like you that girl, like. And they're not saying that to my face. They're just commenting on it on Instagram, but not saying it actually to me. So as the night go on, we're just partying. One of the men comes up there and he's like, hey, a guy down there want to buy a hookah for you. What flavor you want? I was like, oh, okay, sure. So I told him the flavor that we wanted. I was like, what flavor would y'all like? They said a flavor. We picked a flavor. We got drinks. The guy came up. He was just talking, whatever. So towards the end of the night, these girls was lit, honey. And we had a good time. We was having
So I just wanted to stop her. So you saying every girl is attractive, every girl is beautiful, but you're the only one? I guess she's getting that I have a beautiful spirit. All the other girls got ugly spirits, but nobody's offering to buy anybody anything else. Like you're in Miami, nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's like, it's just you. You are the chosen one. You're the golden child. I'm just confused, but let's get back to it. This is like Cinderella.
a great time. One of the girls ends up yanking the hookah. The hookah falls on my foot, breaks, cracks, my foot shatters in pieces. It's blood everywhere. One of the girls finally went down there and grabbed some ice. She wasn't really too mean to me on the trip. She was kind of talking to me like here and there around, like when they weren't around, she was talking to me. So she went and got me some ice, sat by me the whole time. She was like, I see how everybody's treating you. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. That was kind of it. So she stayed with me. She was like, are you okay? She kept like rubbing my foot, but it was burning. So, and my toe was like swelling. I got hookah juice in my foot. Y'all ever had hookah juice in your foot? It doesn't feel so great. So we ended up getting ready to leave the boat ride. As we're getting ready to leave, nobody's still talking to me, minus the girl that's helping me walk to the car. As we get back, the next day we're getting ready to go. We're going to go to our house drag brunch. We go there, having a good time. Seems like a fun trip. Okay, we're having a good time. By the end, close to the bill, they're like, oh, we should stay one more day. I'm like, oh, no, I'm going home. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going home in the morning. Like, it's time to go, whatever. So over here, one of the girls, she's like, well, I hope I didn't spend all my money down here because this bill coming out or whatever. So y'all know how Miami is. It ain't no splitting the bill, whatever. Cool. Bill comes out. The bill is like 1,000, 11. I think it was like 1,100, 1,200. I can't really remember. It was somewhere around that range. And I went to the restaurant real quick. I came back, but when the bill came back, the bill was there. I was like, okay. I looked at the tab. I'm like, okay, cool. So as I'm looking at it, they're like, hey, so when you left, we made a collective decision to have you pay for the lunch. Who? I'm not paying for that. I was like, I'm not paying for that. I'm not doing that. So I can split it and pay my $279 that I need to pay, and that's that. If that's the case, so lady comes back. She's like, yeah, definitely, I'll split it for you. So I pay mine. They're like, well, can somebody pay for mine? I'll just pay you back later at a different time, or whatever. The girl was like, sure, I'll pay for it. Y'all got to pay me back as soon as we get to the car, though. As we're leaving, they're like, hey, can we talk to you? I'm like, okay. Mind you, y'all, we done had a whole bunch of mimosas, so I'm just listening. So they're like, so we got something to tell you. I was like, okay. They're like, so it's not that we don't like you. I was like, okay, so what is it? So at this point, we're making it back to the car. We're in the car, and they're like, it's just that it seems like you get everything you want for real. And I was like, what? They're like, you have a Mercedes. You're this, you're that. Just talking about me, just going in. And they're like, well, you don't seem like you understand the struggle. How you know what I understand? Because you haven't talked to me or got to know me as a person to see how I am, because nobody has been talking to me on this trip. So how are you going to say how I am when you hadn't even got the chance to see how I was for real, instead of trying to cast judgment onto me without talking to me? So they're all talking. End of the story, y'all. They did not talk to me on this trip because they thought that I was stuck up, that I got everything that I wanted, that I was rich, and that they really wanted to be like me. They all end up confessing at the end, saying that's the problem.
So I did this whole 20-something minute reaction video just because this is how Miami trips be. I expected more from the ending, but if you guys stuck around long enough for this story to reach its climax, I guess that was the climax, which she ended that pretty abruptly at the end of the day. Like, but I'm reacting to this. I'm watching this right along with you guys. That's my first time watching it because I wasn't about to sit here and watch a 20-something minute video. And but I'm gonna put this up, man, and I don't know how I'm gonna title it, but we will rock with it. But one thing, some takeaways from this, right, is when you see these girls posting these videos and stuff like that, they're going out, they're all contributing, and I linked the video already for you guys to check out, and you guys can watch it at the end because it'll be in the description and at the end of the video about what those Miami trips be like. Don't let these women fool you. They're really out here struggling for appearances because with women, it's all about appearances. And this young lady endured this. She might have embellished a lot of this foolishness, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you ladies watching this can speak on it. But I understand you're young and you think people are your friends, but you seem to get everything you want. If you're all attractive, I get it that attractive women, unless she was the prettiest out of the group, but dude's gonna offer to buy you a drink, even if you aren't that attractive a lot of times. Maybe it might be a rough night. But ladies, y'all put up with more from other women than you put up with from guys. You'll go and meet up with complete strangers as far as women goes, but not men. Oh, this and that, man. Come on, man. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. Listen, guys, I'm on Snapchat now. Follow me there. And yo, it's your favorite everything. This is wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Peace.